Hey everybody, I want to welcome you back to another video today. Today we're going to do a little walk around on this 49M here. Take it away, sir.
Well, 1949M built the run. This one, here, come over here. As you can see, I don't know if you tractor people understand. That is the what they put on the dual fuel tractors, or like not on like the when they unlock the MDs. It combines your intake and exhaust air to make it hotter. And it also has radiator shutters, which basically shut airflow off and makes it run really, really hot. And once it starts running to about in the red, that's when you can switch it over to kerosene. Because if you don't, it won't run on kerosene. It does have the two-row cultivators. I'm not sure exactly what models they are. We did go through and put new hydraulic lines. Overall, this tractor is really tight too. And come in, you come over here. Barely any play. And I'm not kidding, that's as far as you can turn it without actually starting to turn the tractor. But you look down at the wheels, it does slightly turn them when you're doing this. It's hard to see, but it does. It does slide, the clutch slides a little bit. That's, I mean, what else do you expect out of a 75-year-old tractor? Other than that, it doesn't have much play. The brakes, one of them does work better than the other, but it did cultivate corn for about, let's see,
49 to 79, I think is
49 to 79.
So 30 years.
So yeah, rear tires are original. Front tires, I'm guessing, have been replaced. Cause I don't feel like International would give you that tread type because they're not. They look more like car tires to me. But yeah, and this thing does have a size bigger on the front and like a little bit wider on the back because it has.
They're a little bit taller on the back too, aren't they?
No, it's 38s, but it's 13.6 38s instead of 11 38s. And the fronts are supposed to be 6.00 16s. These are 6.50 16s, so size bigger, which that could be. Being they put them tires on instead of tri-ribs. They had to make them a little bigger on account of the tri-rib. Still on the original 6-volt system. Still has all the IH logos, numbers, and all that. We do have all of it. We do have the rear hitch and belt pulley for it. We just do not have it on because, well, you can't really fit it on with the cultivators on because, you know.
So this is a tractor we can do nothing with except for show because we aren't going to cultivate with this thing.
No.
And we can't pull nothing with it. So there went all the plan. When Carson told me that kind of went all the.
Yeah. That
took all the plans I had for this thing and that I thought about doing with it and knocked that in the head. But
oil pressure. It does have amazing oil pressure. Saying the gauge is right, it's always at max. It says that's right, but I'm guessing. The heat gauge for the water. We haven't run it enough to really move it, but it's moved up about halfway up the cold line. I don't know why it hasn't got up into the run line, but I mean, I'd rather be doing that than running too hot. We do have 2 original IH wrenches and the hand crank for it. We do not plan on using the hand crank. Because, well, you know about hand cranks. There's a lot of bad stories about them. You can search that up if you want to figure that out. Anyways, we did use these. This because we had to use that one for most of the rear, most of the mounting work, especially on the rear cultivator. We had to use that a bunch for just overall reasons. The seat has seen better days. That's tearing off. The what's left of the pad's about gone, and the bushings are about gone in it because it rocks back and forth. It does have rear wheel weights. One tire's weighted, which is.
Let me go over the tire situation.
I'll let you do that.
These tires, as you've probably seen by me walking around, are really not that great a shape. A case in point right here, it is pulling away from the tire and then its sidewall's busted out right there. and it's starting to crack all the way around. And you can see this rim is not in that great a shape either. The other one's about the same.
This one,
these tires are not in that great a shape. And these rims aren't either. So what we were thinking on is seeing if we could find a set of rims with the tires already mounted and then just swapping them on here. Because of how bad these rims are, I don't know that changing tires on them is a good idea. And these tires need to be replaced anyway, so I think I've seen some of that before, where it's just, even if it's a decent set of used tires, I mean, as long as they hold air and are better than these, I'd be fine with them. Just something to get us by until we can go through and replace them and make the rims just a little bit safer. You can see that these...
It's not in best shape, rim-wise, but...
Yeah, the rims are not in that great a shape, and that's why...
Come over here, you can see the outer layer of the rim's gone right there, and it's eat up bad right
And that's why we were thinking just replacing both of them at the same time and doing away with that sadness. This, you can see that this rim, especially around the valve stem, is kind of iffy.
Yeah.
How about you give us an idea about what all this stuff on the thing does, because I think they did change them through the years.
Over here, you got your gear shifter right here. You got choke right here. That was where you start it. That is where you turn your ignition on. Radiator shutters. Turn on your belt pulley. Clutch. Brakes. A light switch. You have the low charge, high charge, dims, and brights. And all of it works. And on this rear light, it's a little bit interesting. I've never seen it before. But you also have this little knob on the back. When you turn it, it goes from your normal light to this little red light. It's like your, basically a hazard light for back then.
You want to demonstrate that?
Yes.
Maybe after we start the tractor, you want to demonstrate that? Okay.
Okay. And here, I'll see. Throttle, amp gauge. Let's see. Also, PTO lever right here. And
then these are your hydraulics.
Oh yeah.
That rod right there. So Carson, how about you start it up?
Okay.
We'll hear about how well this thing runs. And that right there is about all this thing will smoke. That's a nice tight engine. Put this little light for the red setting. Hard to tell during the day, but you can see there's a little, it's red. Let her idle down for a little bit. If you go into it kind of slow, it'll sit there and idle at that lowest setting on the throttle. So that's how you know you got them dialed in. These are cherry. One thing I have noticed though, probably need to try to align this hood so we don't eat out our hood. That muffler's sitting right against it. Alright, well that'll be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I had never driven narrow front or a Farmall for that matter. I think it's best start rating. And it's a completely different experience to most other tractors. I'll give it that. I got a few parts places I'm going to maybe try to call about rims and tires. So we'll see if we can't get that issue sorted out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more on this tractor, be sure to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts on it in the comments below. Again, just want to thank you for watching.